Good evening, folks. I just stopped the music and then realized that I didn't even plug in my microphone yet. But it's plugged in now. It's all good. Here we are. I am so happy to be back. I missed doing this, and I am very excited to play some more Friendsim with y'all today. Oh my goodness. Aleph, Sneak Cat, Odd, hello, welcome. Hello and welcome as well to all the anonymous viewers out there. It is Friendsim time. Yes, my course, which was stopping me from being able to do streams, midweek streams, is fini. All done. It's all good. That is 6 more credits under my belt. Fuck yeah. And Virgo Belladonna, Blake. Welcome, Blake. Hello, hello. Haha. Yes, I'm so happy to be seeing you all here today. We have a lovely crowd. Yes, the anime convention that stopped me from doing regular streams last weekend went fabulously. Fashion show I was organizing went really well. Modeling went well. Plus the section that I put together. Good shit. Hotel situation. Y'all, let me fucking tell you. That's a story. Alright? There's a fucking story to be told there. So I was rooming with... I roomed with 5 other people with a group I connected with through Facebook, through an unofficial Facebook group for the convention. The problem wasn't with them. They were all good people. The thing is, since we were staying in a room that was technically like over capacity, it was a room for 4 people and we had 6 people in it. Pretty common practice at conventions, but still not always the greatest idea. I'm never fucking doing it again. Anyway, because we waited too long to try and get the rollaway beds and extra blankets, and the hotel was completely out of both of those things by the time we tried to grab them. Oh my god, there's a Rosemary Fic update. Yeah, I will have to check that out. Who slept on the floor? Okay, so here's how it went. We had 2 people sleeping in the actual bed. It was a queen bed, a pull-out couch bed, and then like the floor. So 2 people were on the bed. 1 person was sleeping on the floor, but on top of the 2 pillows we had to take off of the couch to pull out the couch bed. And 3 of us were laying widthwise on the couch bed. And because they didn't have any more blankets, we had to use towels instead. So those 2 nights were probably up there as some of the worst nights of sleep I've ever had in my fucking life. However, the rest of the weekend went really well. That was really the biggest bump in the road. Well, no, I was feeling a little bit off. My stomach was a little off through the weekend, but I won't go into the details with that. But yeah, that... The worst part, honestly, wasn't even the fucking towel, okay? Because I had brought a towel from home because I knew that it would also, be possible that the hotel would run out of towels. So I had a towel from home, and it was like a beach towel size, so it was extra long. So the towel wasn't even that bad. It was just the fact that we were laying widthwise on the fucking couch bed. So we had to scrunch our legs up to fit on the fucking couch bed. It was very unideal, to say the least. But the rest of the weekend went really well. Fashion show was good. Tea party on Sunday was fucking amazing. Oh my god, the special guests were so good. Yeah. It was some good shit. Gonna write down to pack extra blankets. Oh yes. Oh my god, that's such a good idea. If you have a sleeping bag, just pack the fucking sleeping bag. I am so mad because I wanted to pack a sleeping bag, but my parents convinced me out of it because they said that, like, you're going, you know, like, you're going to a fucking hotel. I mean, like, they didn't swear because they're, you know, my parents don't usually use the fuck word. But they were basically just like, you're going to a hotel and you're ordering a rollaway bed. Like, the bed is going to come with sheets. You do realize that, right? And they convinced me out of it because they're just like, you already have so many big bags, you know, don't take more than you need to. Because I am prone to overpacking. But, oh my god, I cursed myself for not packing a fucking sleeping bag so hard. Yes, the fuck word, okay? Oh yeah, this rosemary fic. Yeah, I follow that one. So I guess I probably have an email about that having updated because I turned on the notification thingamajig for that one. Yeah, sorry. There was a swear word. Stream over. Night, folks. I'll see you on Friday. Hello, depressed Main. I'm just, yeah, this is the preamble, wherein I just kind of babble for a little bit, talk about any fandom news that might be happening, any random life stuff that I think y'all might find interesting, Wait, what do you mean what, Blake? Yeah, Odd linked me to it. I don't even remember how long ago. I think shortly after the first chapter was put up, Odd linked me to it, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. I think that actually might have been before Yudian started coming to streams that it was linked. But yeah, no, I've been keeping an eye on that shit. It's cool. It's good. I'm very excited. This may be the best part of any stream. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to just kind of babble a little bit, you know, get the good vibes going. Yeah, sometimes I talk for too much, a little too much. So many slutty sweeps. Holy fuck, Blake. Oh my goodness. That's honestly, like, okay, that one fucking Tumblr post that says, like, Jesus has been dead for, like, however many slutty years. I don't know why, but that makes me fucking die laughing every time I see it. There's just something about it. I don't know. There's just something there. Oh, yes. Yeah, today's adventure is Skylla and Bronya, getting to the actual fucking point. Yes, today is Skylla and Bronya because, yes, last Friday we did get Tagora and Vicaire, which I finished playing today. It was another great one. But because I couldn't do bonus streams in May, we were still just a little bit behind. So yeah, this week's bonus stream, Skylla Bronya. Next week I'm going to do Tagora and Vicaire. And then the week after that, I'm assuming there will be another new Friendsim out that Friday, and we don't entirely know who that will be. But someone did some digging in the files, and it's going to be called Of Affections something and something and unwanted. Something, fuck, I don't remember the exact words. Something to do with affections. I suspect that zebra is going to be, zebra is going to be in the next one. That's my guess right now, is zebra. But, oh, right. Which of these folks, Skylla or Bronya, who should we start with today? Right. 120 slutty years. Oh, God. Skylla? Alright. Yeah, I think the zebra. Oh, it's not zebra, it's zebra. You know, you gotta get that bruh in there at the end. Skrillex. Fuck, okay. So, alright, Volume 3 of Ladies Grey and Lucy White. We're starting off with Skylla. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue on through this strange alien world. Just when you think stuff is beginning to make sense, it all slips through your fingers and becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all planets and walks of life. That thing is friendship. You are on the prowl for more. It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you are fully healed. But as Martha Stewart said, visitors, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. You are almost positive Martha Stewart said that. Which of course she did not, but we are carrying on the beautiful tradition of misattributed quotes in Homestuck. Nevertheless, you soldier on in your endless quest for companionship. Where will your travels take you next? Skylla Coriga. Yes, Skylla Coriga. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just glancing back at the chat. You just can't change your mind now, sneak out. We're already on this fucking train. Yes, it is cowgirl time. Okay. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the big city and into the rustic outskirts. Man, the sun sure is bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills, a huge fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows, way bigger than you've ever seen the sun on Earth. What's that smell? Could it be your flesh beginning to sizzle? Fantastic! You love the country. No wonder the nightlife seems so active on Alternia. They are all nocturnal to avoid brutal daily roasting. You reach into your pocket for your cool new shades, but you appear to have left them at your friend's house. Fuck. Right, those are from Sarava. You got to get yourself together. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss has left you a little... I added a word in there. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss has you a little fuzzy. You weren't built for this wilderness survival shit. You're starting to wish you'd just stolen a fucking Lamborghini or something instead of a spaceship. Lore time. I mean, why MSPA Reader had a spaceship was a question that I don't think was ever really asked up until this point, but now it's like, okay, so are we gonna slowly find out what the fuck happened there? Because MSPA Reader basically just confessed to stealing a fucking spaceship. So, like, how the fuck did that go down? I really hope that we ever so slowly get more and more information about, like, how that situation occurred, because what the fuck? Zero knowledge on Hiveswap and mediocre knowledge of Homestuck. Oh, okay. So, yeah, you are in for quite a fucking ride. Please do enjoy, though. Hiveswap is written, and I believe the Friendsims as well are written so that you don't necessarily need a core knowledge of Homestuck, where it does help things make a little bit more sense. The perspective of the MSPA reader character who you're playing as is someone who also doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and has no knowledge of troll culture. So hopefully it won't be a solely confusing experience, but since I have an extensive knowledge of both of those things, I can't really say whether or not they were successful in doing that from personal experience. But please enjoy. They're trying to break into NASA and launch themselves into the fucking void. True though. No, that's a mood. Okay, let's keep moving. This seriously isn't looking good. The city is too far away now for you to turn back, so you have no choice but to keep walking. Maybe you can find a cave or a hole in the ground. Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass. You wish that someone had mentioned the Death Sun in between offering you alien meat products and calling you their muse. Of course, Diamond and Demesia. Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be the Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be the shimmer of sunlight on glass. A window? A solar panel? You could seriously clean up with renewable energy on this planet. Should you change your trajectory and go toward the shimmer? It might just be a mirage. Okay, so here's our first choice. I forgot to say this before, but just as a review, once again, I normally do during streams ask what choices people want to make, but for the sake of moving through specific paths in a certain order, because I do know what choices will lead to what endings, and, you know, kind of a good order to progress through getting those different endings, I will be kind of guiding you through this rather than taking feedback on what choices should be picked. So, oh, NASA, the void, making friends, simultaneously dying. Yeah, all will be explained in due time. Okay, in the meantime, for our first choice, should you change your trajectory and go toward the shimmer? It might just be a mirage. Forget it. Honestly, you could probably see this one coming. And this, of course, is the traditional image of the big red eye, the Alternian sun, as seen in Homestuck at multiple points. Game over. So we died. Because we stayed out in the sun too long and got cooked. Suicidal wants friends, heavily injured. Yeah, basically. Terabeat pipes! God, I fucking love those videos. I'll have to, like, I don't know, link them, or maybe I'll just play them during break today, because holy fuck. Maybe the real death is the friends you made along the way. Yeah, my girl Vaska. Oh, good god. Okay, so there's ending number 1. Now we're going to keep shooting here. We're gonna go towards the shimmer and continue forward. Okay. I could honestly spend like a whole extra 5 minutes quoting Therapy the movie, but like I won't. Okay. Go toward the shimmer. You turn your aching, stinging meat sack towards the distant, promising sparkle of safety and succor. Safety? Ugh, wow. Sentence talking. Let me try that again. You turn your aching, stinging meat sack toward the distant, promising sparkle of safety and succor. You focus on just staying upright, one step at a time. Just keep swimming, or whatever. God, this sun, though. You need SPF 5 million for this nonsense. Just keep swimming. I like that little Dory reference. But then, almost like it has picked itself up to come scuttling to meet you, you suddenly find yourself in front of a long, low structure. You let out a yelp of anguish pounding on the door. At least, you hope it's the door. There she is! Oh my god, and her music is so perfect. Underrated therapy moment when she gets Starbucks. True! Oh my god. Oh, yeah, this is not spoiler free. We're gonna be going the fuck off. If you want to avoid spoilers. But yeah, turns out Canlan doesn't have Prozac. I don't know why that line fucking kills me every time. Safe before every choice? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to waste all my save file slots, because there's only so many of them, and there's going to be like a, what, like 30, there's 36 trolls, so there's going to be like 15, 16, 17, 18 installments of this. I don't know, maybe I could afford to do that, but for now, I've saved it like the second choice. Yeah, when she gets Starbucks. No, that's fucking legendary. You're so... Being gay, the big mood. Okay, let's... How the fuck am I gonna read Skylla? Let's just see how this goes. What in the world? The door opens and you fall inside with one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. Blessed darkness closes in on you. From right beside you comes a snuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet glides up your stinging cheek. Hold on, lady. Give him some room. Give him some room. A pair of hands helps you sit up, gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple shapes, one upright and one lower to the ground. What were you doing out there? Can you stand? Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone on this planet is strong, or if you are just extremely flimsy. They guide you to a chair at the end of a long table. Stutteringly, you begin to explain yourself, that you are an injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals. Well, bless your heart, but hold on a tick. Dinner's about to burn. Now that your rescuer mentions it, you do smell something. It smells amazing. When do we get Big Titty Troll Goth GF? What the God damn it, Aleph. Eventually, okay? I'd have to double check the troll call to see if there even is one, but I'm fairly certain that at some point that probably happens. Are you sure the reader is human? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the MSPA reader has been confirmed human in some capacity. Big Titty Trollcoff GF is Porim. True, though. No, that's fucking true. Dorea, right! Yo, I'm so fucking excited for all of the Jade Bloods, which is why Bronya just, like, makes my heart sing. You... What the fuck is happening in chat? Okay, y'all, I just gotta keep moving, because y'all are just, like, singing about how gay you are and, like, Big mood. Okay. So she's making dinner. Funny you should blunder in here like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we had any sort of guests who weren't Imperial drones who were out to rob us. You rub out your watering, slowly clearing eyes, and when you look back up, your rescuer finally comes into focus. She's tall. Taller than anyone else you've met here, you think. Also, maybe a little older? Not that you're an expert in troll physiology, she just has an air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringed jacket and holding up a plate. There you go. Your oculars feeling any better? By the by, my name's Skylla. Pleasure to meet you. And this here's Lady. Lady! Ah! This just makes me so fucking happy because I have a collie. My precious doggy is a collie. And that's my doggy. It makes me want to do like human Skylla or something. Just like really casually like buy a brown shirt and be like, hey, Skylla vibes with my girl. Oh yeah. She's I know, I love her too. I love her so much. This is definitely so far my favorite installment. And that's including the one that came out last Friday. This is still my fave. I fucking love the two of them so much. Also, I'm really gay. She looks down, and at first you think she means the table, but then you look under the table at the giant monster dog looking up at you. You jolt so hard you almost fly backward out of your goddamn chair. Whoa there. No need for theatrics. It looks a little like one of those lassie dogs with the pointed noses, except enormous and pure white. Its barks practically shake the whole house. Oh my god, one of those lassie dogs. How many fucking times have I heard that? Being out in public with my dog, be like, oh, it's like lassie. And it's like, yes. You mean like a collie? It's like how people call clownfish Nemos. Yeah, also, they should have capitalized Lassie, because that's technically a proper noun if they're referring to the official name of the dog from the old TV show. Just saying. You're scared because you don't know what will go wrong? Oh, you'll find out. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Hey there, lady. No need to be rude. They've clearly had one hell of a time, and they don't look dangerous. Just really peculiar. Besides, if they try anything, you and me can take them. Oh, she's so confident. I love her, and I'm very gay. Skylla puts her hands on her hips, staring you down with thunderous yellow eyes. Right? No funny business, you hear? You swallow and nod, trying to look unthreatening and obliging. Ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You are so ready for that. Skylla sets down the plate she's holding. Here, have a grub cake. There's plenty. That sounds gross as hell, but what's sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake, golden brown and crispy at the edges. There's boiled tree blood too, if you like. Also churned dairy product. She puts down a carafe of syrup and a dish of butter. Man, everything here has really weird names. Skylla pours out a cup of some very familiar smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Skylla raises an eyebrow. No. That's just coffee. She sits down next to you. Who in the oh, the power outlets in the back? We're all gay for Skylla in this house tonight. Big mood. Wait, what the fuck are those? Yeah, those power outlets? I have no fucking clue. It's really weird, just like the minute details of world building that we're getting from these friend sims, like the power outlets in the back, or, you know, even just that information about how just how powerful exactly this sun is, right? We learn a little bit more about that in this installment. Minor spoiler, when we get to Bronya's route, we get a description of what the brooding caverns look like, which, again, is something that we haven't really gotten before. I love all of these teeny little world-building things that we're getting from these. Yeah. What do their chargers look like? Yeah, I guess it is just kind of like a letter Y. Okay. You're lucky you were only out in the light of dawn. Nobody wants to be out in direct Alternian sunlight besides Jade Bloods. And no offense, but you certainly ain't any Jade Blood that I've ever seen. At first I thought you were some sort of mutated Lucis, because you don't have horns and you were grunting and yipping up a storm back there. But you're an alien, right? Don't worry. I won't call the drones. I best get used to being around aliens anyway. Seeing as how I'm going to be seeing a whole mess of y'all come next week. She laughs nervously. You aren't sure what she's talking about. Do you even need to specify that anymore? It's just natural law at this point. Gravity, the conservation of energy, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. So, Dana Main, you and the MSPA reader, totally on the same page, it's all good. And yeah, she's talking about the ordeals where she reaches age of majority and is shipped off to work for the Empire in space. Lady, would you mind drawing a bath for a guest? No offense, but you smell like you could use one. You can't argue with that. You offer her a cautious smile. God, she seems so nice and caring, but you've been burned before. And cut. And generally kicked around by fate. It's a tough world out there. But you want to trust Skylla. Lady takes a bucket in her muzzle and runs out into the yard, getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door latch to open it. It's adorable. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh God, the dog! Oh, it's sweet of you to worry. Lucy are fine going outside for a little while in the daylight. Their coats reflect light, or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works. I ain't exactly known for my scientific acumen. You tell her that she seems pretty smart from where you're standing. As cynical as you are becoming, you just can't help trying to be her friend. She's so nice, and wow, really pretty. Not that that's a requirement for friendship, but your retinas would have to be way more scalded than they are to notice that. Or not to notice that. You swear you've heard the song before? Yeah, when we have to restart, I'll go back into the credits and check the title of it, because I'm fairly certain that this is an Alexander Rossetti song that was taken from the pre-existing Homestuck soundtrack. That's nice of you to say, but it wouldn't even really matter if I was a bona fide genius. Someone in my cast could never hope to rise up in the ranks. Best I can hope for is hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Oh, she looked so fucking exhausted, sweetheart. Oh. Yeah, everyone is in agreement that she is very pretty. Ranks? Ranks? Cargo vessel? You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she is thinking about joining the military, but then a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Shouts, crashes, and Lady's frantic barks. Skylla gasps and launches herself out of her chair, knocking over the carafe of syrup. It oozes across the tabletop in a sticky wave. Oh no, not now. What the hell is going on? Bandits! Goddamn Lucis thieves! You don't get the chance to ask anything else before Skylla careens towards the door, throwing up an arm as blazing white light pours in. Oh God, she's going to go outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You've got to do something. Okay. Here. Oh, 1 second. I have to plug in my laptop. My laptop table is clear of all the makeup shit that was on it last time I was streaming. So, I have chat open on there, thank fuck. But I do need to plug it in, so 1 second. Okay, so first route to explore. Stop her. Okay. You've got to do something. Stop her. Skylla is bigger than you, and she has the strength of both desperation and a superior genome, so you don't feel great about your chances, but you have to try. Skylla is too upset to be careful. You have to stop her from hurting herself. You stumbled into her house all gross and pathetic and alien, and she didn't turn you away. She gave you pancakes, for Christ's sake. Grub cakes, whatever. And it isn't just the sun. From the number of voices, there's got to be 20 people out there. She doesn't stand a chance. You run up behind her and hook your arms under her, hauling her back by the armpits. She struggles, jabbing her elbow at your aching ribs. Let me go! You don't understand. They'll take her. Lady! I feel like I didn't put enough emotion into that. Let me just... You hold grimly on, going limp and using gravity and your own dead weight to pull her down to the floor. Through wheezing breaths, you tell her she can't go out there. Didn't she just tell you that you'd never have survived as if it had been later than dawn? You probably aren't making much sense, but you keep up a stream of worthless bullshit until something catches. Would your Lucis really want this for you, Skylla? Would Lady really want you to sacrifice yourself for her? Skylla goes rigid, and then all the fight just drains out of her like blood down a drain. She sags back into your arms. The two of you watch Lady thrashing in a huge black net as several of the figures haul her away. The sun is too bright to see them clearly, but they appear to be herding more white creatures out of a paddock and into a collection of vehicles. The herd. She says it so quietly you feel it more than you hear it. You continue to watch as Lady is packed into one of the vehicles and they drive away, kicking up clouds of dust that glimmer in the brutal sun. You can let me go now. I'm not going to throw myself out into the daylight like a romance novel heroine. You realize just how tight you're holding onto her and loosen your arms, pulling away and sitting up. Skylla's cheeks are wet with tears, but she quickly shakes her hair into her face to hide it. That makes your heart hurt. You want to tell her that everything is going to be okay, but you make it a point not to lie to your friends. You have absolutely no idea how it's going to be okay. I know, it's so fucking... This route hurts so much. And before you can say anything at all, she gets up and disappears through a door and further into the house. Give her some space. You decide to mind your own business. Well, you do try the door, but it's locked. Best to keep occupied and do what you can for her. First, you shut the door to keep that sweltering heat and blinding light out. Then, you tidy up the kitchen a little. Everything here is oddly textured and colored, the shapes unusually organic. Some of it is worryingly scuttly and alive. You do your best. You mop up the syrup and straighten the chairs. You're just trying to figure out how to get the sink to spit out some water onto the dirty dishes when Skylla comes back out. Her eyes are dry and her hair is combed back out of her face. Don't you worry about that. You're gonna break something. She plays with one of her beaded bracelets with nervous little fidgets of her fingers. I could never have taken those fillets by myself, especially not in the broad daylight. I want to thank you for stepping in and stopping me. I was overwrought. You nod, accepting her thanks. She doesn't seem overwrought anymore, just numb. Wow, this is actually a legitimately terrible situation. Not even in a dumb, zany way like all the other horseshit that happened to you recently. You wonder who those guys even were. Lucis thieves. They've come before, but always at night and never in such large numbers. So Lady and me could always take 'em. Never expected anything like this. For them, never expected anything like this. For them to come out in force like this in the middle of the day. She sits down at the table, putting her elbow on a patch of syrup you missed. You offer her the dishcloth and notice several little discolored patches on her arm. It looks like she got burned just from having her arm out the door for like a minute and a half. You're really glad you didn't let her go out there. You've endured a lot of heinous shit on your short span on this planet. Injuries, and lots of added insults to those injuries. But the time you spent with Skylla waiting for the sun to go down is some of the worst and most hopeless. You don't know what to say to help her. You aren't actually her friend. You aren't even the same species. The Troll-Lucis relationship is a little confusing, but they seem to be some combination of caretaker and pet, more symbiotic than parent and child. Finally, it gets late enough to venture outside, and you follow Skylla out to the empty paddock. There's nothing out here but a broken fence and trampled ground. Lots of kids lost their Luci. Lots of kids lose their Luci. It's just a part of life. I would have been heading into the ordeals next sweep anyway. I would never have seen her again. But at least I would have gotten the chance to say goodbye, you know? It's kind of a bummer how resigned everyone on this planet It's kind of a bummer how resigned everyone on this planet seems to terrible things happening. Then again, you guess that's sort of true on your planet too. Existence. Just a goddamn mess. Big mood. You try to give her the most understanding look you can. Just a really good and supportive front face. You're killing it. But Skylla isn't paying attention to your glowing facade. She's reaching into her jacket and pulling out her phone. What the hell? The palm husk is blowing up. Oh, God. Skylla drops her phone in the dirt and... Oh, God. Skylla drops her phone in the dirt and claps a hand over her mouth. Her eyes sparkle with tears. You pick it up. It's kind of squishy and squirms in your hand a little, which you don't love. You also don't love what's on the screen. It's a troll in a mask, holding a gun on Lady, who is still in that net, baring her teeth. The gun looks fake, kind of like a Nerf gun. You bet it's not a Nerf gun. The photo is accompanied by more of that spiky text you can't read. Hey, how can you understand the Alternian spoken language, but not the written? You decide not to think about it too hard. Waste of time. They sent a ransom demand. They say if I can't pay it, they'll sell her. Troll-Luci are valued for their strength all over the galaxy. The heiress knows about the black market, but she doesn't do anything about it. She just takes a cut. You ask her how much the ransom demand is for, as if you have a penny to your name. She tells you a number that sounds stupidly large, even without knowing the exchange rate to Earth money. They're just mocking me. They know Bronze Blood can't afford this. They just want to force me to fail her one more time. They just want to force me to fail her one more time. Her voice breaks on a sob. You reach over and put your hand on her arm. She looks at you with big, watery eyes, and you brace for her to fall into your arms sobbing. You're actually kind of hoping for it. Not that you're the type to want to profit off another's pain, but you're pretty sure that offering comfort in a time of crisis is the first-class ticket to Friendsville. Instead, Skylla gives you a hard shove backward. You take 2 stumbling steps and fall on your ass. Something squishes underneath you. A cowpat or something alive? You aren't sure what you'd prefer, honestly. Sorry. I didn't actually push you that hard. Your species just seems pretty flimsy. I don't want sympathy right now, especially not from you. She stands framed between the two moons, some trick of perspective making her look just as distant and just as sad. Not that moons are inherently sad. Whatever, that's not the issue right now. Had Skylla been lying to you before when she said she doesn't blame you? She'd even thanked you for stopping her from killing herself. No, I don't blame you. I just can't stand the sight of you. Looking at you just reminds me of losing Lady, and I don't think that'll ever change. Sorry. I was really hoping we could be friends. It's been a really long time since I've seen anybody out here that goes on 2 legs instead of 4. But I just don't think it's gonna work out. If you start walking now, you can probably make it to the city before sunrise. Or there's a Jade Blood colony nearby if you want to inflict your personal brand of assistance on them. Bye. You leave with your proverbial tail between your legs, and the last glimpse you get of Skylla, she's standing next to the empty paddock, staring at the ground. Game over. Just checking the chat. I know, she's just so fucking exhausted and sad. And this is absolutely, I think, the most heart-crushing brute that has been released so far. It's just so fucking painful. Thanks, I hated it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, personal brand of assistance. She's just, like, really strongly not feeling it, and can you really blame her? Okay. Let's hit up that good ending. Let's load from here again, okay? Okay. Save the dog. I know. Okay. Oh, God. She's going to go outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You've got to do something. Help her. What the hell? You've already experienced the Alternian sun. It sucked a whole lot. Maybe now it will suck less because of how bad it sucked then. Just a sliding scale of suckage. Skylla plunges out into the daylight and in the direction of the commotion, and like a big dumb asshole, you barrel out into the blazing hellscape after her. Surprise! It still sucks. You've had sunburns before, but this is ridiculous. This is a fucking monster of a gas giant pointing and laughing at the tiny specks of humanity you This is a fucking monster of a gas giant pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. It's a pure assault on all your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat, and you put up your arms to block the glare, following the dust Skylla kicks up behind her. You doubt your eyes will actually ever adjust to this fuckery, but you can see a little better than before. There are about a dozen of them. All of them trolls, all wearing dark padded outfits that cover their faces. They look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have big, fake-looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck, and it leaves a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But as all of you is currently burning, it doesn't really break your stride. Skylla throws herself into the fray, letting out a war cry accompanied by the sound of a fist hitting flesh. It's 12 against 2, which, if you remember your fractions right, is not unlike 6 against 1. But these guys had probably not been expecting a frontal assault, and they had definitely not been expecting a Skylla, who was frankly fucking terrifying. Oh my god, I love her, and I'm so gay. She shoves 3 trolls down like dominoes, grabbing up a discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. You have never been in a... wow, that was a voice crack. You have never been in a fight before. A fucking all-out brawl. It's scary. But now that you are in the thick of it, also kind of awesome. Sure, your skin is burning and you could be killed at any moment, but that's just how it goes on this planet. You just gotta get into the swing of things. Take no prisoners. Kill or be killed. Hell yeah. That's quite possibly also an intentional Undertale reference. Kill or be killed. Look at how happy she is. Look at her fucking face. I love her. Oh my god, I'm gonna leave y'all to appreciate this fucking face while I take a little sip of water. Okay, I've had some water. I hope you have all taken this time to appreciate that beautiful smiling face. God, I'm gay. Okay. You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Fuck, that probably hurt your... Okay, let me just try that one again. You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Fuck, that probably hurt your fist more than it hurt the troll, but it does throw off the balance long enough for it. But it does throw them off balance long enough for Skylla to smash the butt of her gun into the side of their head. Yeehaw! Hell yeah! She gives you a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while a hostile alien sun tries to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs and a bunch of bandits try to dognap a giant monster. You love this girl. In a friendship way. But still, you love her. You make an awesome team. Another troll comes up behind Skylla, and she smashes an elbow into their throat, grabbing them by the front of their uniform and suplexing them onto the dusty ground. She wails on them with her bare hands. God. She's really hot. Big mood. Get lady! Oh, right. You stumble over to where the Lucis is thrashing inside a big black net. You don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her big sharp teeth. Ta-da! You hold the net still for her to finish the job, then pull it off her so she can join the fray. It's over fast after that. How did they even get Lady into the net in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in her jaws and shaking them like chew toys. The remaining 5 who are still standing jump into their weird little dune buggies and make tracks. Emphasis on the bug. They look like scuttling little beetles. Skylla chases after them for a few hundred yards, throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. And stay away, you hear? Tell the rest of them why you don't ever fuck with a rusty ranch. She stands silhouetted against the blazing sun, the dust trails vanishing into the distance. You are awash in heady victory, giggling like a lunatic before the adrenaline kind of drains out of you all at once. You are violently reminded of your fucked up ribs and recent blood loss. The Alternian sun beats down, and your arms are already covered in raised patches of red skin. This is a sunburn turned up to 11. Whoa there, are you? Are you okay? Skylla is swaying, too. A spray of olive green blood covers her cheek. At least the rainbow blood on this planet means you can be sure it isn't hers, but she still looks rough. Kind of how you feel. Lady! Come here, girl. Wow, you're just... You're gonna sit down. Maybe just take a little break. The pale landscape swoops, going even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die, dumbass. I'm not letting anything happen to my new best friend. Get up. New best friend. Snaps for that. Oh my god, all these fucking hearts in the chat. Yes, bless. Oh my god. I love her so much. New best friend? Holy shit. That makes you so happy. You absolutely can't die here. Not when you've just made such an amazing friend. Somehow, the two of you manage to drag each other across the yard and towards the house. Hive, you're gonna get this lingo down if it kills you. When you feel yourself about to fall forward, you lean on Skylla. When you start to fall back, Lady is there to brace herself against the back of your knees. She's such a good Lucis. You wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muzzle is dripping with a soup of multicolored alien blood. When you get back into the darkness of the hive, you can't see shit. Dang, your species really ain't suited for this kind of environment, huh? You can't even see in the dark. In demonstration, you walk right into the table. You about had it with tables. You are sworn enemies at this point. Please don't knock down my nutrition platform. I built it myself. Oh my god, I love her. I'm so okay. She sounds exhausted, but giddy. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You kind of want to go in for the hug, but that sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. The back of your neck is a colony of fire ants. Oh yeah, feels real bad, don't it? Feels real bad, don't it? Come here. Come here. Come on, there's only one cure for sun rash. Skylla takes your hand. Gosh, this is next level friendship stuff. She leads you through her hive, and who knows if you are even going to get all of your vision back. Maybe you were just blind for life. You'll have to get a cane and a whimsical aesthetic and learn how to navigate the world by smell alone. No, that would be stupid. That Terrazy reference, though. Oh, not everybody is seeing the hearts? Yeah, I don't know. They're not. The little heart extension isn't showing up on my video preview either. So I think the heart extension is just a little bit wonky right now. I'll have to reset it so it'll be working again for Friday. I know, that fucking stab at Terrazy, yikes. Here we go. My coop isn't huge, but you're kind of scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, the sun must have fucked with more than just your eyes, because you could have sworn Skylla just told you to take your clothes off. You are seriously not getting into my recruit raccoon in those filthy rags. I'm not even sure what those clothes were I'm not even sure what those clothes were supposed to be originally. Yeah, you aren't so sure about your look either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were both a little high at the time. So he's still wearing the clothing from Sarava. He may have forgotten the sunglasses at Sarava's house, but he's still wearing the fucking vaporwave tool outfit. You might be a little high right now. You wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations. Also, you don't know what a recruit raccoon is. Really? Then what the heck do you sleep in on your planet? You hear rustling, followed by the sound of clothes hitting the floor, and then a weird gloop gloop. Something like getting into a bathtub, like someone getting into a bathtub, only thicker. If a troll didn't have soap or, well, I don't rightly know what would happen, but I reckon it wouldn't be great. It could speed the healing process for burns and small wounds. I'm not sure what it's gonna do to your weird alien anatomy, but I don't see as how it's gonna make it any worse. You tell Skylla that in your experience, things can always get worse. Especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing like a little self-deprecating humor as an A+ cover for debilitating insecurity. Skylla laughs. Come on now. I'm sure you're a perfectly healthy example of your species. Just get in already. I promise this isn't any sort of pale solicitation. Or flush, for that matter. I know it's awkward, but I only got one coop. Right, okay. Yeah, you can totally do this. You can make this not weird. Of course, you trip taking off your goddamn pants, and Skylla starts laughing all over again. Not in a mean way, more in a chill, please join me in my slime bathtub, old chum way. In a non-awkward way. In a friend way. Victory! Yeah, the ending of this route is big gay, and I love it. This whole thing and just all of the vibes being, I fucking love Skylla so much. Best ending, I know, right? You know, you know what's fucking great though? If you look at this, the way this picture is, the way they laid it out, it's like MSPA reader is like lying on top of Skylla's torso, because you can see her knees down at the bottom and her face over there, and then you can see MSPA reader's little knees sticking out, perpendicular. He's just lying on top of her. Like, this is chill. We naked, but it's cool. Lesbian icon MSPA reader. Yeah, I mean, honestly. Okay. It is exactly midnight. So it's time to take 5 before doing Bronya, which, oh my god, I'm pretty sure that Bronya is like my number 1. Like, I love Skylla, but Bronya just like takes that number 1 spot for me out of all the ones that have been released so far. So I'm fucking excited. Yeah. Best lesbian content of the year, honestly. Big mood. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for Bronya, but I'm gonna give my voice a little bit of a 5-minute rest. Gonna go, I'll turn the music volume off. I'm gonna get the soundtrack playing again, and shall be back in 5. Hello. I hope you all enjoyed that. I did forget about therapy, but I thank you for reminding me. Anyway. Yeah. Therapy, honestly, Therapy the movie is my favorite. I think it's my favorite Homestuck video, like, ever. It's just fucking classic. Oh yeah, and the Hiveswap end credits, Aleph. Hiveswap end credits is my all-time favorite song out of the Hiveswap, the whole Hiveswap soundtrack. The end credits is my favorite song. It goes so fucking hard. But Aleph, oh my god, wait, Aleph, never do that again. Just as a side note, what you just said in chat, never do that again. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. Oh, the credits. While we're here, you were wondering about Skylla's song. Colors. Did I go past the music? No. Director, producer, writer, character artist, colorist, UI design, musicians. Oh no, Skylla's theme was by Max Ambrog Wright. And it is Dapper Dueling, which I swear on my fucking life is actually a song from the Homestuck soundtrack. Let me just... I'm just in my file explorer right now. I'm gonna search in here for Dapper Dueling. Yes, it is off of Colors and Mayhem Universe B. It is, where is it? Yeah, track 27 off of Colors and Mayhem Universe B, Dapper Dueling. So that was one that was taken from the pre-existing soundtrack. A lot of the songs that are taken from the pre-existing soundtrack are Alexander Rossetti songs. Like, you know, Breeding Duties was from, and Thip of the Tongue, both of them, I believe are from, oh fuck, what's that album called? Genesis Frog, Our Data's theme, and Vicare's theme, Vicare, who we have not yet explored. Yeah, and Phantasmagoric Waltz, Moonshine, those are also from the pre-existing ones. But James Roach, I believe all of the music that James Roach has done for Friendsim is all original music. You have cake in a bowl now? Oh, that sounds so fucking good. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I'm not gonna address the fucking W talking that's going on in the chat. I don't even know what the fuck to call it, okay? But quite frankly, I'm just not even gonna go there. So it is Bronya or Sama time, and I am so fucking excited. Oh my god. Okay. Let's go. You have been traveling through a cave network for a while now. The rigid stone is a welcoming respite from the eerily organic infrastructure you've been encountering, but it is also providing an unwelcome respite from friend making. Maybe it was too much to hope for that this cavern would be home to another potential new buddy. Maybe leaving the big city behind was a horrible mistake. Just maybe these dark, cold tunnels are completely devoid of, oh, hang on, there's a bunch of buildings in the distance. Oh my god, and her music is... chef hand kiss motion. Oh my god, her music. And this one, I think, is this Phantasmagoric Waltz? I forgot to check what the title of her specific track was, but I think this is Phantasmagoric Waltz. Oh my god, fucking everybody in chat is screaming. I know! Oh my god. I love her! Oh, hello. I thought you were one of my girls, but you don't look like a Jade Blood. Or anything else, actually. How strange. You convey your usual spiel regarding your circumstances. You are lost and lonely, and your ribs are still broken, you think? Honestly, the ribs are fine. You could just use another friend or two. I see. My first responsibility is to my Jades and the Mother Grub, so I can't make any promises of friendship just yet. But you do look like you need someone to take care of you. Here in the Brooding Caverns, we follow a few simple rules. 1. Don't invite drama from up top down below. 2. Protect the Mother Grub. 3. We have no hierarchy, but do what I say. Let's do everything we can to keep our current record of dozens of sweeps without any Jade Bloods being called. You're not sure what half of those words mean, but you nod your head. Good. I'll take you to our hive. Follow me. You follow her into her hive, which looks like a school or some kind of dormitory with multiple rooms and multiple floors. Usually more of my Jades are around. I suppose that everyone is out watching the Imperial drones arrive with the filial pails. Girls, we have a visitor in our caverns. 1. Do not be alarmed by their bizarre appearance. They seem to be harmless and quite weak. 2. Do not give them more injuries than they already have. Our visitor deserves a warm Jade Blood welcome. She's such a sweetie and I love her so much. Ah! She claps her hands. No one else is around, but you stand to attention and give her a thumbs up to show that you read her loud and clear. Wow, my voice is like, I am so out of practice. Y'all. You notice that she called you visitor and not friend, but that's okay. You can do whatever it takes until you're upgraded from visitor to friend, or at least charity case. You follow her upstairs and she stops at a big room on the second floor. When you step into it, you have to clap your hand over your mouth to keep from gagging at the revolting sight. There are big, baby-sized larvae-looking things all over the floor, squirming around and crying and inchworming out of kiddie pools of green slime. What the hell? This is our nursery. Most of these wigglers are sick or injured, so we look after them in here until they're well enough to go back out to the caverns and spin their cocoons. She looks shifty all of a sudden, giving you some side-eye like she's sizing you up. You try to look very non-threatening and also 100% trustworthy. We keep this nursery on the down low. It's not against any laws, but it's something of a break with tradition to save any grubs instead of just letting them die. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure why we do it. I guess it just feels right to me to take care of them, the same way I take care of my jades. A nursery, huh? You look around again with this new information. You guess you can sort of see how these wigglers look like babies. You can't believe one of these things could grow up into anything that looks like Bronya, but this is an alien planet, so who knows? I know, she's so sweet, and I love her. She's taking care of the babies, even though she's technically not supposed to, because she's amazing, and I love her. Can she be my third mom? Sneak cat, oh my god. But yes, oh my god, yeah, I know, and her quirk is so fucking wonderful. Okay. She takes you over to a shelf that seems to hold medical supplies. You're not sure what can be done for your broken ribs, but maybe she has some kind of alien technology that can help. But when she starts going through the cabinet, you don't see anything that looks high-tech like the thing that fixed your arm, which of course is referring to the Amicia root. I guess most of what we have is stuff for the wigglers, and I'm not familiar enough with your bizarre anatomy to know if it will help. But if you're not completely sure how to do something, it's best to try anyway. 1. Even if you fail, everyone else can still learn from your mistake. 2. Maybe you won't fail. You never know. You're not so sure about applying this ethos to your broken ribs, but she looks so determined. It might be rude to say no. All right. Go for it. My ribs are already broken, so where's the harm? Okay, come here. Lift up your shirt so I can get to your injured bellow sack enclosure. Yes, like that. Turn the part that's all bloody and horrifying towards me. She has something that looks like some kind of ointment? It's a shade of bright green, similar to the slime beds you see around the nursery, and it also seems to be glowing. Seems like there's nothing wrong about applying it to your skin. But despite your optimism, the second Bronya rubs some of it on your broken skin, you feel a searing hot pain like you just got doused with poison. You flinch back instinctively. Your momentum carries you too far and you step back and trip on something behind your feet. You cartwheel your arms, but it's no use. You're going down, you're yelling timber. God, that fucking reference. Why? Oh god. You feel something soft and squishy break your fall, and you hear a terrible squelching noise and some kind of animal squeal. You have fallen right onto one of the wigglers. You roll off it, but there's no use. It's squished flat, and you're covered in olive fluid that you think might be its blood. You look up and see Bronya's horrified face, and know that there is no hope for friendship in those vengeful eyes. You might want to run before I throw you out of this window and break the rest of your bones. Game over. Alternia's deadliest ass. Fucking snaps for that. I don't know. Why specifically is there this thing about the MSPA reader having a giant ass and constantly crushing things with their ass? Like, that's been a fucking running goddamn theme. Like, fucking Diamond's hot dog. Fuck, he sat on something, I think an Amicia root. Oh right, and Amicia's Reader just talked about how he fell back, how MSPA Reader fell back on their big ass when they picked up the axe and it was too heavy. And now, crushing the fucking baby. What is it with MSPA Reader's ass? Like... Anyway... So that's the first bad ending, which... Alternia's best ass. Yeah, honestly, like... Wow, stream health looks like shit right now. I really hope that's not affecting things too much. But MSPA readers need Fat Friska. Oh god. Fucking looking back on that, I just like, I don't normally use the word cringe, but I cringe so fucking hard at that whole inside joke. Like, Fat Friska jokes look like they're just not funny. And it just kills me that that was like a huge fandom thing, because it was so, honestly so mean. On a number of levels. But like, oh, big yikes. When will Olive Bloods have justice? True, yeah, no, that's another weird trend. Whenever someone dies, it's always a fucking Olive Blood for some reason. Like, it was an Olive Blood that Amicia killed. It was an Olive Blood that Skylla beat up. It was an Olive Blood that was the Wiggler that was just crushed to death. Like, what the fuck does Hiveswap have? Why does Hiveswap have it out for Olive Bloods? Like, yikes. Okay. Anyway. Let's keep skedaddling. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll heal on my own just fine. Oh, well, if you're sure. I'm worried about you, though. You seem like you need help, and I wish I could help you more. If I can't take care of someone, I'm not sure how we can ever truly be friends. You try to cheer her up, pointing out that friendship is a two-way street after all. She doesn't have to concern herself with your mutilated frame. How can you help her instead? Well, sure, there are things around here that I could use some assistance with. However, don't take this the wrong way, but we've only just met. I don't know that I can trust you to be as responsible as I am. It's not easy to be the one in charge. You have to be 1, conscientious, 2, considerate, and 3, competent at all times. You try to think of times in your life when you've been conscientious, considerate, or competent. You're drawing a bit of a blank, but hey, new planet, new you. You assure her that you have what it takes. The Nepeta's curse. God. Give our olives more love. Give them so much more love, honestly. Also, this fucking self-deprecating bullshit is fucking killing me. I guess if you want to prove that you can be responsible, I can let you help me out today. It's a good time for a visit to the Mother Grub. You're careful to step around all the little guys on the floor as you head out of the nursery. She takes you back outside, and these caverns are even bigger than you first realized. They're also dark and cold and gloomy, and you can't see anywhere that might lead up to the planet's surface. Does she really live down here all the time? To make some conversation during this cold hike in a damp cave, you mentioned that living underground like that seems kind of depressing. You realize too late that this wasn't very tactful, but she doesn't get angry at your conversational gambit of insulting her home. Oh no, it's very peaceful down here. Well, in comparison to anywhere else. I quite enjoy it. The brooding caverns are a place for life and birth, not death. That's pretty uncommon for Alternia. You're still not sure what she means by brooding caverns, but you guess it has something to do with the wigglers in her nursery. Before you can ask, you reach the top of a ridge and get a new, wider view of the rest of this cavern. It's enormous, probably the size of a small city. All over the cave floor, you see more wigglers crawling everywhere. Cocoons line the cave walls, and the largest stalactites with some young trolls crawling out of them. Walking, flying, and crawling among the wigglers and young trolls are a variety of white monsters of all kinds of shapes and sizes. In the center of the cavern, there is... you don't even know how to describe it. Looks like a huge, many-legged queen bug of some kind, with a goat-shaped skull and horns coming out of her head. Her bulbous sphincter ripples as she lays eggs as she lays a continuous stream of hundreds of eggs, from which you assume the gray wigglers will hatch. And marching through all of this, you see several hulking bipedal creatures, each carrying 2 buckets, either to or away from the mother grub. They look armed, and they move like regimented troops, soldiers of some kind. You are instinctively terrified of them. And there is our description of the Brooding Caverns. So it looks like quite the hectic scene. This is where the magic happens, and by that I mean the continuation of our species. Jadebloods like myself are entrusted to look after this process, which is of course a very special job. 1. The Imperial drone carries filial pails of genetic material to the mother grub for her slurry. 2. She lays eggs that hatch new grub broods. 3. After the wigglers emerge from their cocoons, the new trolls will go through the trials, and the ones that make it will be selected by Elusives to help care for them. 4. Together, the young trolls and their Luci will go up to the surface together, where the trolls will grow up, or get cuddled, or whatever. As Bronya explains troll reproduction to you, one of the Imperial drones veers sharply to the left and in the process tramples over a few wigglers and young trolls. The drone continues on, but several of the Luci cry out, crowding around their dead or injured charges. One of them, a gigantic beast that resembles a bison, bellows and rears up on its hind legs, hitting one of the other Luci with its front hoof. Oh, did Minda officially pick Adventure Time? Did that just happen? I don't know where my phone is. I've got notifications turned on for his blog. Anyway. Oh, geez. Not again. This kind of damage control is a lot of what we have to deal with. Whenever a Lucis goes rogue out of grief or confusion, there's the potential for it to lash out at other Luci, the Wigglers, or the Mother Grub herself. We Jadebloods cannot let that happen! I love that, pose that she does where she's, tilted back on one foot with her arms splayed out, what the fuck? She looks so concerned, a marked contrast to how confident she seemed before now. You offered to help her out earlier, and it seems like now's your chance. Someone has to stop that rogue Lucis, and that someone could be you? Okay, so our 2 options are fight the monster, save the day, you got this, and be a weenie. Fight the monster, save the day, you've got this. The bison Lucis seems to be causing quite a ruckus. Other Luci have now gotten riled up too, with some of them trying to gather wigglers to keep them out of harm's way, and others just getting hyped to thrash. It seems like it could turn into a monster stampede, and they're close to the mother grub's big, soft, vulnerable abdomen. Not great. Fighting a monster single-handed seems like a daunting first step in a friendship, but you did tell her you could be responsible. You square your shoulders and tell Bronya that she has nothing to worry about. You're going to stop that Lucis, calm down all the other Luci, and protect the mother grub, all without breaking a sweat, and hopefully without breaking any more bones either. Whoa there. I was going to suggest that I go after it while you stay here. You seem kind of weak and fragile. Even apart from your injuries, I mean. I don't want you to get hurt worse, and I'm not sure I trust anyone other than myself to take the lead on this. That wasn't quite the reaction you were hoping for. Normally, you would be all about sitting back and letting her protect you, because, well, protective and responsible is a good look on her. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and you don't know how else you're going to prove yourself worthy to be her friend. Yeah, this is... Y'all are already, bracing for impact. Okay. You do your best to project an air of confidence, or at least competence. You assure her that this is no sweat for you. You take down raging bison back on your home planet all the time. You're known for it, actually. Well, if you say that this isn't your first ungulate roping gallop exhibition, I'll believe you. I'll hang back and let you give it a shot. But if it gets too overwhelming in there, I'm right here. 1. Caring for the mother grub is my responsibility as a Jadeblood. 2. I'd never abandon a friend to deal with a mess on their own. If we end up being friends, that is. Oh, hell yes. Now you have reason to hope. You approach the rampaging bison with caution. Do all bisons have horns like that? Maybe they do. You're no bison expert, but you're pretty sure they don't all have teeth that nasty. Bison on Earth mostly eat grass, don't they? This guy doesn't look like a herbivore. As you try to calm the Lucis down by talking to... At first you try to calm the Lucis down by talking to it, but your soothing words have no effect. In fact, you might have just made it even angrier by suggesting that it pause and take some deep breaths in reaction to its trampled charge. You're not even sure it can understand human speech, come to think of it. You circle around it, wishing that you had some kind of lasso or something. Maybe you can herd it away from the mother grub. You look around to see if any of these other Luci look vaguely like Earth shepherd dogs, but no dice. Nah, that'd be Skylla's Lucis, and she ain't here. You hesitate too long, and the Lucis turns away, its furious eyes falling on the mother grub. It stamps its hooves, snorts air out of its nostrils, and screams in a way that sounds a lot more hellish than you imagine normal bison are capable of. It's obviously about to charge, and you can only think of one thing to do. In desperation, you leap forward and tackle it football style, doing everything you can with your flimsy human body to drag it onto its side. It half works. You plow into the Lucis and stop it in its tracks, but it topples over onto a nest of wigglers, taking you down with it. Wigglers and young trolls go bouncing everywhere, squealing in distress, and their Luci descend upon you in a rage. Everything is chaos for a while. You're trapped beneath the bison Lucis, which is very worrying for all your body parts, and you think you might feel something important rupturing inside you. But hey, on the bright side, this crushing mass is protecting you from all the other pissed-off Luci trying to attack you. Just as your whole breathing situation is starting to get dicey, you hear a commotion of what sounds possibly like the trouncing of some of the smaller Luci that were trying to get you. The crowd of beasts around you scatters, and then you hear her. Ugh. I'm having a hard time getting this thing off you. And he's still very angry. He keeps trying to kick me. Where's a bronze blood when you need one? Skylla. Oh, I love all these little pokes at Skylla in here. You don't know what that means, but you're very grateful that she's here to help you. You try to communicate this, but it comes out garbled from all the blood in your mouth. Maybe don't try to speak, or move, or help. You experience a sinking feeling that could be related to your diminishing odds of impressing Bronya and becoming her friend, or it could be the compression of all your internal organs. Either way, it's tough to feel optimistic right now. But before you can give in to complete despair, you hear other voices. Your view is blocked by the massive bison flesh on top of you, but could it be? Are these other people here to save you? Finally, I was wondering where you had all gotten off to. Let's all work together, girls. 1. You two grab his horns and keep the head still to keep it from biting anyone. 2. The rest of you come around with me to its backside so we can push it without getting kicked. You hear some grunting and muttering, and the bison starts making noises that sound more confused and less furious. The pressure and pain on your chest briefly spike in intensity as the thing's weight shifts, and then they must succeed in dragging it off you because suddenly you can breathe again. Yeah, MSPA reader does a genocide. Oh my god. True, Aleph. True though, Aleph. Honestly? Yeah. But the crisis is not over yet. While you're still testing the use of your lungs and blinking up at the cavern ceiling, you hear a new cacophony of enraged monster noises. Uh-oh, the other Luci are still agitated. Get down there and try to calm them down. Protect the mother grub! You try to lift yourself to see what's going on, but putting any weight on your arms makes you feel like all your bones got turned to confetti. Painful, painful confetti. You feel strong hands propping you up gently, and now your head is in Bronya's lap. You try to focus more on how this is the nice place for your head to be, and less on the pain. This is not good. I don't know if my jades can reach the stampede in time, and the mother grub could get injured, not to mention all these wigglers in danger. Oh no. You didn't think this situation could get any worse, but now you see that several of the Imperial drones that had been about to leave the caverns are turning back, drawn by all the noise and chaos. But maybe this could be a good thing? Maybe they can instill some order? Fuck! They're going to kill everyone! She scrambles to her feet, in the process letting her head whack down on the cave floor. Your vision swims, but you can still make out the drones firing indiscriminately. At the Luci, at the Grubs and Wigglers, and at the Jade Bloods. One laser beam skims the side of the Mother Grub's massive midsection, and her scream is so loud that the ceiling shakes and a few stalactites shake loose, falling on drones and Luci and Wigglers alike. It's a total catastrophe. A whole rainbow's worth of Troll, Wiggler, and Lucis blood is splattering the cave walls. Bronya seems paralyzed by the chaos, looking from her Jades to the Mother Grub to the imperiled Wigglers like she's not sure who to help first. I can't believe it. This is the worst disaster we've ever had down here. And all because I thought I could sit back and let someone else be responsible for once. If I were a less secure person, I would let this moment plant a seed of self-doubt in my mind about my ability to take care of others and do my job well. Or I could sharp it up to you being really fucking stupid. Oh my god, I love her so much. You shrink under the weight of her glare. She's green in the face from how angry she is. You swallow and manage to spit out enough blood to ask a question you already know is hopeless. Does this mean you can't be friends? Oh my god. Are you serious right now? I do not make friends with anyone who recklessly endangers the Trolls and Wigglers under my care. Game over. You killed them all. What, Pumpkin is undisputed masters of dark humor? Honestly, that's a big mood. That is so true. But, so this is the second bad end. You killed them all. One thing that's interesting to note that a couple of other people noticed is that there is lime blood in here. You can see on MSPA Reader's chin, there is olive blood, and then on top of that, there is lime blood. There's the two different shades of green. Yeah, just thought that would be an interesting thing to know, because we didn't get any lime blood trolls during the troll call this time, but maybe in Act 3? Because it's not entirely clear whether or not Hiveswap takes place before or after the complete extinction of lime bloods from the caste system. But yes, I know. Let's get that good end. Let's get that good end. Okay. Be a weenie. You definitely do not like the idea of wading into a monster fight, not even to save the progenitor of your new friend's species. In fact, you don't like that Bronya is so focused on protecting all these helpless toddlers and distressed animals instead of taking care of you. You stammer out that you don't think you can take on any kind of monster right now. In fact, you just felt another stab of pain in your ribs. You might be blacking out. Bronya's concerned face turns in your direction as you start to swoon. She catches you before you hit the ground and your heart flutters. You look up at her serious face and she looks like such a mom, but also such a friend, like some sort of combination of these two concepts. Of course, Bronya is the mom friend. Yikes, you don't look so good. I can't leave you alone, not when you're in such bad shape. Maybe I could carry you on my back while I try to stop the rampaging Lucis? Your heart flutters turn to pinpricks of alarm. That sounds dangerous, mainly for you. You try to think of what you can say to dissuade her. Something other than, I think you should ignore the helpless babies and mother in danger behind you in favor of continuing to hold me in your strong arms. Oh god. But before you can speak, you hear a commotion behind her. She turns to look over her shoulder and her face sags with relief. Yes, the other Jades are here. They should know what to do. We've taken care of crises like this before. Of course, usually I'm there to help. If you crane your neck, you can catch a glimpse of a crowd of trolls corralling the rogue Lucis away from the mother grab, while other trolls calm the remaining Luci and swoop up any wigglers in harm's way. It looks like I needn't have worried. They're more than capable of stepping in while I'm otherwise occupied. I'm so proud. Oh, she's so wonderful. You take this opportunity to compliment her on what a good leader she must be to have trained the others so well. Super smooth. She beams at you and sets you down carefully on the cavern floor, kneeling at your side. This could have gone quite badly. I'm glad I didn't make the wrong choice when I stayed to help you instead of rushing off. It just goes to show, sometimes the best thing you can do for the group is take care of the weakest person in it. You kind of want to object to being called the weakest person, but you did just fake a fainting spell for attention, so maybe now isn't the best time. Instead, you thank her sincerely for sticking by your side. The two of you watch together as order is gradually restored to the chaos below, and even with your injuries, you feel close to content and quite hopeful about how this relationship is progressing. You notice that at your side, several wigglers are blindly squirming around, confused and crying. There are some young trolls here too, looking around all lost and bereft. You're not sure if their Luci ran off with the others that got involved in the fracas, or if these little guys are orphans now. Now that you're seeing them out in the natural cavern light, the wigglers look less like maggots to you. In fact, they're even kind of cute. You can see why Bronya would want to take care of them. One of the smallest wigglers close to you has somehow flipped himself over onto his back and seems unable to right himself, his little legs waving in the air while he cries. Oh, babies! Trying to be careful with your ribs, you reach out and scoop him up and cradle him to your chest, rocking him back and forth until his cries quiet down. Wow, you have a very strong nurturing instinct. I think he likes you. You almost look like you could be his Lucis, or a Jadeblood. You are pleased that she approves of your caretaking display. The wiggler's cough breaks through your haze of smug satisfaction, and when you look down, you realize that he seems to be having some trouble breathing. You point this out to Bronya. Good observation. You really are a natural at taking care of other creatures, aren't you? Some people find that nurturing ability to be very attractive in a potential friend. But as for the wiggler, this is definitely not a good sign. I'm surprised none of these drones have noticed that he's sick. If we leave him here, he'll be called for sure. Bronya takes the wiggler from you, and you're more than happy to hand him over, considering that you have no idea what to do with a sick baby that's not your species. Also, your broken ribs make holding a baby kind of painful, and Bronya holds the wiggler carefully, but with perfect ease. Just like you hope she'll cradle your new friendship in its infancy. Once Bronya feels assured that her Jades have the situation at the brooding caverns under control, you both take the wiggler back to the Jadeblood nursery. You hover around uselessly while Bronya sets up some kind of crib filled with green slime. You're a little concerned when she takes the wiggler and submerges him under the slime because, he was already having trouble breathing? Surely drowning in slime won't help. The soapware should help strengthen his bellow sacs and soothe his sorrow shoot. When he gets healthy again, I'll take him back to the cavern and set him free to make his cocoon and pupate. But he's so small. It's unlikely that she'll survive the trials or be selected by a Lucis. You hate to see Bronya looking so sad. You try to be sympathetic, mentioning your astute observation that this whole system set up with the wigglers and the trials and the culling seems pretty brutal. What? Oh no, I would never suggest... This is just the way the world works. And it's fine. It's fine. The trials are how young trolls prove that they're strong enough to survive. It's only right for the weak to be called. It's the purpose of Jadebloods to ensure the continuation of our species, and consequently the hemaspectrum. 1. We are not revolutionaries. 2. We're meant to do our jobs and keep our heads down and keep things running smoothly. 3. I would never presume to question the basic tenets of Alternian society. That would bring negative attention from the High Bloods, and I just want to keep my Jades safe. What a fucking sweetheart. I love her so much, and I just have so much fucking, sympathy and, God, I just feel so bad that she's in this situation where she knows that this system is wrong, but also knows that if she doesn't continue to perpetuate these cycles, that she is putting not just herself, but all of her cohorts in danger with the government. Or, with the Empire. Like... I just love her so much. You look around at the nursery, and all these injured or underdeveloped wigglers that Bronya was apparently supposed to let die. You think it might not be true that she doesn't question the way her world works. She's looking at you like she's scared you'll call her on it and expose her altruistic tendencies. You try to salvage this conversation thread. Did you say that calling wigglers sounded brutal? You meant neutral. Yes, you feel 100% neutral on this topic, neither committed to the calling side of things, nor eager to take up arms in revolution. Yes. Neutral is how I feel about it as well. What a good word to describe exactly how I feel about all controversial political subjects. Oh, sweetheart. Did I mention that keeping this nursery isn't technically illegal? Because it isn't, technically. There is no reason for any of Triss's drones to come investigating our hive, and if any drones do come knocking, we have nothing to hide. No borderline revolutionary ideas will be tolerated within these walls. Oh my god, I love her so much. Bronya laughs nervously and looks around the room like she's making sure that any Imperial drones hiding in here heard her. Heard her announcement. You feel bad for how nervous she is. You didn't mean to freak her out. You tell her that she sounds super convincing. And why shouldn't she? Because she's clearly telling the truth. If you were an Imperial drone, you would definitely be satisfied right now with her clearly law-abiding and neutral ways. We stand Bronya in this house now. Honestly, big fucking mood. Big fucking mood. Bronya's absolutely my favorite. And I really hope with my whole fucking heart, okay, that she gets to play a big role in Hiveswap, in helping Joey and Zephyros hide from the Imperial drones. I really hope that she gets that kind of role in Hiveswap, because I'm getting those inklings from this, and also I just fucking love her so much. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. You cast about for something to change the subject, and mention that your ribs are feeling a bit better. Bronya's face brightens, and she lifts up your arm gently so she can touch the injured part of your torso, examining it in her typically responsible and authoritative way. You shiver and wonder if her touch has healing properties. I'm glad to hear that. After all, I don't like it when my friends suffer. Your heart leaps. You look up, scarcely allowing yourself to hope. Could it be? Or was she just making a general statement? If you're not in any more pain, hopefully that means your injuries will heal soon. I'll take care of you until then, my friend. You are overcome. Your eyes fill with tears. Bronya smiles at you and squeezes your hand. Victory! Self-care comes first. And that's... Oh, you see Stan gets thrown around a lot? Yeah. Yeah, standing is basically like... I mean, it's often associated with, like, unconditionally standing with someone. Which can sometimes not be a good thing, right? But I stan Bronya so hard. We stan Bronya in this house. Oh my god, look at... She's just... Oh my god. It is so fucking cute. Absolutely, Blake. This is... Oh my god. Anyway. Ta-da! And that is... Hiveswap Friendsim Volume 3 finished just in time. It is 12:53. Yeah, it is so fucking adorable. I love that route so much. I love Bronya so much. I really hope she gets a big role in Hiveswap because I absolutely want more content from her. She's so fucking wonderful. And it also makes me excited to meet the rest of the Jade Bloods. I mean, yeah, like I'm so pumped to meet the rest of them because I'm getting the inkling that this is setting up that Joey and Zephyros are going to stumble into a brooding cavern and meet her girls, as she refers to them, which of course it will be interesting to see how that conflict plays out with Lunk, right, being a trans dude, as being probably a part of that group, and see how exactly they make that situation kind of play out. But like, yeah, hype for Bronya, hype for Jade Bloods, hype for Hiveswap Act 2, hype for Skylla, hype for all the remaining Friendsim games. Like, there's just so much to be excited for. And I've rambled about this before, about how important Homestuck has always been to me, and that it always gives me something to look forward to, which is really important to have, right? So, yeah, I am so excited for all the upcoming Friendsims, all the new characters, all the new Hiveswap stuff. Yeah, I'm just, oh my god, there's so much to look forward to. Speaking of things to look forward to, ayo, Friday, Homestuck streams are back. We're gonna finish off those last little bits of Openbound Part 3, and then we can finally put that trash fire behind us. Oh my. I mean, the bits of it that we still have to get through are like fine. You know, it's just the final exposition table with Arania, and then those, the Damara Easter egg parts, which are generally pretty good. Yeah, and then we can just move the fuck on. But, yeah, Friday. Homestuck is back, motherfuckers. Ah, that's right. You're off in your cabin, Sneak Cat. Yeah, fingers crossed for that blessed good internet so y'all can join us on the continuation of that journey. Yes, fingers crossed, sending good vibes for good internet. In the meantime, it is time to end stream for today. But yes, Friday, same time, same place, we shall return to Homestuck. Alright. Thank you all so very much for joining me on this fantastical journey. Yeah. I've got my fingers crossed that I will be seeing you all on Friday evening. Have a lovely rest of your evening, whatever you may be getting up to. And good night.